The king in the north! The king in the north!
Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So we know what it is. This is the week. This is the week. Everything that happens, it all comes down to a one-game season. That's what it's about. Now, I'm gonna do two videos probably. So this will be Ohio State's defense versus Michigan's offense. But it's that time. All that trash talking and stuff, it was great. But now it's prove it week. It's time to prove it for another year of trash talking. So that's what it is. Now, Ohio State's defense has Jim Knowles, and he does a scheme. If you're a Michigan fan, I'd say it's similar to Don Brown's. It's not the same, so Ohio State fans, calm down. It's not the same, but it's similar. So, first off, injuries. I'm not sure if Blake is going to play. I'm not sure if Donovan Edwards is going to play. So, if these dudes aren't healthy, to me, and even if you think that they can go, I think you need two game plans. Now, if they're both healthy enough to do what they normally do, you can try to do your normal game plan with some of this other stuff mixed in. But it's not likely that they both are healthy. So with that being the case, what they're going to have to do on Michigan's side of the ball is use Ohio State's aggressive nature against them. Like I was saying on my live, if you saw it last night, Ohio State, Jim Knowles, he runs blitzes. If he sees a run play or has just called it, he's blitzing those linebackers and they are coming. It's not a game. It's not a joke. It's not they're soft. Them boys is coming, and they coming with bad intentions. I'm just keeping it 100. It's time. It's the game now. So all that trash talk and nonsense talk, I don't want to hear it. It's the game now. This is for real. So them boys is coming, and you have to understand. We punked them last year. So the fact that we punked them, the last thing that they're going to try to let us do is punk them in the same way. Now, if we were fully healthy, it might be possible we could do it the same way. But the way things look, we're not fully healthy. So Matt Weiss, Moore, Harbaugh, y'all going to have to earn that bread this time. Mike Hart, y'all going to have to earn that bread for real this time. Without your bell cow and his backup likely not to be healthy. So with that being said, use Ohio State's aggressive nature against them. And what I mean by that, play action. There should almost be no dropbacks, almost no regular dropbacks in this game. You should be play actioning every time. Play fake every time. Every time. To create confusion. You're going to have to create some confusion somehow because you don't do no jet sweeps and all this other eye candy stuff we've been talking about all year. Now, unless he's going to do that in this game, which who knows, he may not, or they may not. So you're going to have to play. You got to play action all game. I'm talking about every throw should almost be a play action. And the reason why, I know somebody's going to say, well, that don't sound like a good idea. Well, when you run it as much as we do, it does sound like a good idea. So it creates confusion. And now in the back end, with those linebackers because when you play action, Ohio State's, their linebackers, they're going to take a false step. They're going to take that false step, if not come all the way and just blitz. So to take advantage of that is you run routes to exploit them behind it. So you run that play action. Now you're getting them out of position. So you're running routes where they were. So that's the thing. Play actions, screens, wide receiver and running back screens. They're so aggressive that if you, let's say you fake a running back screen over here, throw a wide receiver screen over there, they're so aggressive that they're flying. They're just flying. So you have to use their aggressive nature that they have this year against them. So that's the big thing. Now, JJ, the receivers, they're gonna have to play because they're gonna have to do the best that they can and try to get clicking. But you don't have to get too cute because, and this is why I say this, because knowing or just thinking about what Ohio State wants to do, they're probably gonna sell out on the run and say, we don't think JJ can beat us, so we're going zero coverage or one safety high, and we stack in the box because we know Harbaugh gonna be dumb enough to still run it probably. So if that happens, you got to have some man beaters. You got to have things to beat the man defense. Which, if you're hitting them with that play action and then coming with drag routes, the same things that they do, just like we've seen against Maryland, they run in drag routes. It don't matter who it is. You drag routes work on everybody, especially if you're trying to run an aggressive man defense like they're doing. But JJ has to understand that this you ain't behind Cade this year, dog. You ain't behind Cade. You ain't Cade's little brother right now. You the top dog. You the top dog. So he's got to understand I might have to put this game on my back. Can I do it? He had chances last game, but let's say it was the receivers, it was him deciding not to run. He's got to do what he can do. So if you can go out there and get 100 yards by picking up crucial first downs consistently or getting that yardage that they're giving you, you're gonna have to do that. You're gonna have to. He's gonna have to realize each down is crucial in this game. That's what JJ has to understand. This ain't happy-go-lucky. This is the time to show what you're made of. You that 5-star, you that dude, be that dude on Saturday. Because it's not for sure that you're gonna have Big Brother Blake to carry the load. If we ain't got Blake to carry the load, guess who's next man up? 5-star QB, the chosen one. It's time. People can say what they want. I haven't seen this. Guess what? We just saw Spencer Rattler just shred Tennessee like he was the Heisman. So go out and do it. Play the game of your life. It's possible. So it's not like he can't do it, but he's gonna need receivers if he's throwing dimes. They're gonna have to catch it. But he's got to understand the down, and every down is important. You don't have time in this game to be wasting plays. Just all right, I'm just gonna throw it. Yeah, I could have got 8 yards, but I passed it up to throw a low percentage pass. No, son, you got to go get them yards on Saturday. You play hockey, strap it up, and you're going to have to take some hits this Saturday. This big boy football now. You're going to have to take some hits. Ain't no saving it. Ain't no, I don't want to get hurt. No. This ain't that type of game. This ain't that type of game. If you got to go out there and get hurt to get this win, that's just what you got to do. Because everything else is going to mean nothing. All you're going to hear is y'all went 11-1 and lost to Ohio State, and then almost nothing else matters. In the record books, you're going to look good, but it's going to be about that loss at the end. So you better leave it all out on the field. Because after this game, you got the Big Ten. You win it, you get the Big Ten championship, then you got a month off to rest up. So that's what I'm thinking about this game. Now, I'm not saying this is an easy task for JJ, but he's you ain't the first sophomore to start a game. We seeing freshmen come out there and put up numbers. We seeing sophomores. So ain't no excuse. Be the man. Be that dude. Be that dude. But Weiss, Moore, them boys gonna have to help him. They're gonna have to scheme up plays to confuse and have Ohio State's defense second guessing themselves, so these receivers can get open, and also do basic things that they can have trouble with. Wide receiver screens, all this simple stuff that they just seem to not do. Ain't no excuse to not see it. Like if we're struggling and I don't see any wide receiver screens, I promise my head might explode. If we're struggling and I don't see any running back screens, I promise you I'm gonna go off on these dudes. If we're struggling and we don't see any, if we're struggling to run because Blake or Donovan isn't in there and I don't see any jet sweeps and this stuff like this, eye candy and extensions of the run game, I promise I'm going to be on these boys' heads to get them out of here all summer. Because it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Like, some of this stuff that I'm seeing is just unacceptable. So you have to run it and put it all out there to get past this team. Because if you get past them, you're going to get a break. By the time you get through the Big Ten championship, by the time you play again, you're going to be healthy. Most of the team, at least. So that's what it is, really. You have to use Ohio State's aggressive nature and their run blitzes. They like to blitz, just like Don Brown, against them. So you have to understand when it's coming and have receivers that notice, okay, this is coming, check with me, the ball's coming out high. Run pass option, however you want to do it. But you can't watch Ohio State and not understand this stuff. So that's just the thing. So I wouldn't go into this. They're soft and all that stuff. That's last year type stuff. You got to prove they soft. You got to prove it. Now, like I said, I don't know if Donovan is going to play, because people are just saying stuff like this is a video game, and that's what kills me. People saying stuff about like this is just a video game. Donovan didn't play last week. He'll be in there. You don't know that. You're just talking. You don't know that he's going to be in there. Like, it's not confirmed or anything. You don't know. Donovan could play. People seeing Blake hand out turkeys. He gonna be in there. You don't know that, bro. You don't know that. He's handing out turkeys. He's not running. He's not. He ain't playing football. He's just walking around handing out turkeys. That doesn't mean he's gonna be able to play and be 100%. C.J. Stokes got knocked out against Illinois. Who knows if he has a concussion or not? He might not be in. So honestly, and this is just me being honest about the situation, we might be down to Isaiah Gash and Dunlap. Now, if that's the case, and this is just the worst case scenario, you're gonna have to scrap that game plan of running it like that. You got to scrap it. It's not gonna work. You're gonna have to throw a lot of screens, whether it's a wide receiver, running back, jet sweeps, reverses. You're going to have to do all this other confusion type of stuff to manufacture a running game. And Harbaugh has to get this in his head to take the next step. If you can't run it, you can manufacture it with the extensions of the running game. You don't have to. Okay, we're still gonna try to run it. A loss of 1, loss of 2, loss of 1, just series after series. After a few series, you see you can't get no yards running it. You have to stop trying it. You have to stop trying it when you have a mobile quarterback. That's just a fact. But if they, and I'm going to say this and I'm going to get off of here. I don't want to just rant and ramble too long. But they have to understand, if you come out with a basic game plan, if they come out with basic stuff, it just ain't going to be good, because you don't have your studs. You don't have them. So you have to use your imagination and scheme these guys open, make JJ get comfortable early, and get some of these receivers confidence, because you're going to need them to make big plays. Because if Blake and Donovan aren't healthy, which is most likely going to be the case, you're going to need all these receivers. You're going to need the backs. The backs are capable, but they're not explosive. So they're not hitting the hole like Blake would, or even Donovan. So you're going to have to find ways to get them the ball in space so they can make something happen. But if you come out there with this basic game plan of, we're going to do what we normally do, it's going to be bad for us. And I'm going to feel bad for the defense, because you're going to make their job even harder. But I'll get to that in a second for our defense. So that's just what it is, y'all. This one's about using Ohio State's aggressiveness against them and going off of all of the tendencies we've put on film. Because we don't run play action that much. As much as we run the ball, you would think we'd be a heavy play action team, but we're not. So this is the game to be a heavy play action team, because they expect you to just try to run it. In their aggressive style, they're going to take the false steps. So if you're continuously running play action, confusion can set in, and when you do run it, there's a little confusion. Oh, is it a play action? Now you get them second guessing themselves. Hesitation gets you killed in football. So that's just what it is. We're gonna need the offense without our Heisman and maybe his backup. Them boys gonna have to. Everybody else has got to take their game up a notch, and I hope we got leaders on the offense letting it be known. Because even if Blake suits up and plays, there's no telling if he'll be able to finish the game. So that's just what it is. Everybody's got to take their game up a notch in this one. Now, if we were fully healthy, I'd say we can go out there and do the same thing we did last year. I'll ride with that. But we're not fully healthy. We don't got Blake. We don't got the bell cow, which was Blake. We might not even have his backup. So that we just gonna run it down your throat game plan. It ain't gonna work unless they healthy. Because you got to be able to, you have to be able to do what Blake does. And I'm not sure if him not being 100%, if he can do that. Like, he's the difference maker for the offense with Donovan. So that's just what it is. I know people, well, we could just run it down their throat. Okay. With Isaiah Gash and C.J. Stokes, maybe. We don't know if he's going to play. So with Isaiah Gash and Dunlap, it's just not going to happen. Like, you're not going to be able to run it down their throats with them. They're not that bad. They're not that bad, regardless of what you think. They're not that bad. They ain't that soft for us to be able to run it down their throat with Isaiah Gash and Dunlap. Now, all this is a wait and see. If Blake and Donovan are ready to go with your same game plan with heavy play action still. But if they're not, you need that heavy play action, and then you need all that eye candy. You need all those wide receiver screens, all those running back screens. You need the jet sweeps. You need all of this stuff. You need the double moves. Forgot about that. You need the double moves. That's something else they have a problem with. But that we don't do a lot of this stuff consistently. So me saying it, these are just hopes and wishes that they do this stuff. And honestly, thinking about it, it pisses me off because you should have been doing this stuff. It ain't hard. This is basic football. Like I'm about to get off of here and make this other one because thinking about stuff that they're not doing, if they don't do it in this game, I promise you, I'm gonna be on their head to go because it won't make sense and it's Don Brown-esque. It's unacceptable. So everything I talked about, I'm not gonna say it again. That's what they got to do. The task, if Blake and Donovan aren't healthy, which I don't think they are, the task grows, and JJ and the offensive coordinators really, I'm looking at you. Y'all got to earn y'all money today. Saturday, y'all got to earn that money. You're going to have to earn it. JJ, you the 5-star, you that dude, you happy-go-lucky? Well, throw some happy-go-lucky touchdowns. Run some happy-go-lucky first downs. Come on, man. Come on. It's time. All them goals, they set. It is what it is. But that's the offense versus the defense. These boys. Whew, I wish we was healthy, boy, because I do not like this. But that's all I got for this one, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.
It's great to be